Hey everybody, it's Brent again. So one of the concepts that has been tougher in this class for a lot, even me, when I went through this program, honestly, to understand is convex on concave movement and the convex concave law that's in your notes there. So I wanted to kind of do a quick demonstration video of how that concept works, and then just a little bit talk about why it's important in the world of PT. So I've drawn on myself here. As you can see, I've got dots here and dots. How do I get them both to show? There for you guys. So we're gonna see how we make this work. But so you've got here with my fist a convex surface, and then if I take my hand and I cup it like this, this side is a concave surface, kind of caves in, convex sticks out. So a lot of our joints are these type of joints where one side of it is convex and the other side of it is concave. And so that's why these movements are important, and it'll become important later when you treat people. So depending on which body part is moving, it's going to control how that joint moves. And so if, for example, if this is if this arm is pretending to be my humerus and this is pretending to be my ulna, okay, they sit in each other like this. And so I'm gonna have to figure out how to make this work. Okay, so here's the point of this. If I move my humerus in that ulna, okay, if it's the top part of it that's moving, I'm going to get a different motion than if I get the bottom moving. So here's what's going on here. So if you look at the dots on my hand, okay, as the one that's up by my elbow comes up, the other one slides down in my hand. And so the dot is going up, but the dot on the elbow or up by my elbow is going up, and the dot on my hand is sliding down as it moves. So the movement is up down here by my elbow, and the movement is down here at by my hand, at the dot by my hand. Okay, so when a convex moves on a concave, we get that opposite direction movement. This part moving up, this part sliding down. So when a convex moves on a concave, you have movement that goes one direction and the rotation and slide go in the opposite direction. Does that make sense? Hopefully, this part's going up, the rotation is going down, and the slide of this mark on my hand here, let me find it here, is going down. Okay, it's the opposite with the other side. So if I was to move my ulna on the humerus instead of the other way around, watch what happens now. Okay, this dot right here, sorry, this dot is moving up, but what's happening to the dot on my hand? It's going the same direction. So the slide and the rotation, when you have concave on convex, is in the same direction. This side will go up as this side goes up, so will the rotational forces. The rotation will go up, and this dot down here will move up as well. Why is that important? Because later on, there are certain things we need to do to protect certain joints, and we want to make sure that we're limiting either concave on convex movement or convex on concave movement in certain situations, because we don't want certain types of slide or rotation in that joint. We want to protect the ligaments inside the joint, and the best example is the ACL. And you guys will learn about that obviously coming up, but where the ACL sits in between the femur, which would be your convex surface, and the tibial plateau, the tibia, which would be the concave surface. In the middle of that is the ACL. And depending on what the injury is with the ACL, or if you had an ACL repair, you have to prevent certain slide of that joint, or it can cause tearing on that ACL. And so it's one of those concepts that's kind of hard to learn, and you're like, well, why the heck are we learning this later on? It'll make a little more sense, but I wanted to explain that concept to you. So once again, convex on concave movement, right? Rotation movement is opposite of the rotation, right? My arm's going up, but the rotation goes downwards. The dot up by my elbow goes up, the other dot goes down. The opposite is true with concave on convex. If I move concave, the rotation goes the same way as the dot on my up by my elbow. So the dot up by my elbow moves up, and the dot on my hand moves up as well, and the rotation moves up. So hopefully that clarifies that concept a little bit. If you have any questions, be sure to ask me, and I'll try and figure out other ways to clarify if I can.